Whoa. Whoa.
Her ball over an inch on the green. Video showed that when Choi was getting ready to tap in a putt on the 10th green, her ball was resting on the side of the mark. After picking up her ball, she then replaced it on the left side of the marker, moving it over an inch.
And then there are moments that break them. These aren't just questionable moves. These are decisions, actions, and slip-ups that stirred up controversy, cost players tournaments, and in some cases, forever-stained reputations. These are the 10 most shocking cheating moments in golf history. At number 10, we have the sand sweep scandal.
Show off his rejuvenated game. This is, boy, Reed and that footprint.
Looks like the footprint has kind of simulated a front.
Patrick Reed's ball landed in a waist area on the 11th hole, but it was what happened next that triggered outrage. Reed took 2 practice swings and visibly displaced sand, effectively improving his lie.
Backswing and not much of a follow-through.
Oh, my word.
What a shot.
The entire act was caught on camera. Despite claiming there was no intent, Reed received a 2-stroke penalty. The golfing world, however, judged him much more harsh for standing, but the footage told a different story, and a nickname followed, Sandgate. At number 9, we have the Ball-in-Motion Blunder.
This for bogey a moment ago at 13.
His speed has been terrible.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow.
At Shinnecock Hills, Mickelson was struggling. On the 13th green, his bogey putt rolled well past the hole and was about to trickle down a steep slope. But instead of watching it drift away, he sprinted after it.
Whoa. Whoa.
Then came the shock. He swatted the ball while it was still moving. It wasn't a reaction of frustration. It was intentional. A calculated decision to stop the bleeding.
That's stunning. David Fay here in the booth.
After the round, he owned the move. He knew the rule. He knew the penalty, but he didn't want to replay a nearly identical shot. Critics called it gamesmanship. Others said it crossed the line of integrity. To this day, that moment remains one of the most bizarre, debated, and unforgettable acts in major championship history. At number 8, we have the drop zone controversy. On Augusta's iconic 15th hole, Tiger's approach shot was laser focused until disaster struck. The ball clipped the flagstick, ricocheted off the pin, and heartbreakingly spun back into the water. Left with no choice, Woods opted to drop, but not quite at the original spot.
You can keep the ball. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a red. There's 3 options. It's a red hazard. Yeah.
TV footage revealed he had dropped the ball 2 yards farther back to gain a better number. A keen-eyed viewer watching at home noticed, called in the violation, and sparked an official review. The result? A 2-stroke penalty that stunned the gallery. He had already signed his scorecard, technically incorrect. Under older rules, that meant immediate disqualification, but thanks to a recent amendment, Woods stayed in the tournament. Some called it lucky, others called it controversial. At number 7, we have the Marking Mishap.
Whatever. That's just ridiculous.
Here's what the eagle-eye viewer saw. Lexi.
During the final round, Lexi Thompson was in command, until controversy struck. She was assessed a 4-stroke penalty, 2 for replacing her marked ball slightly off its original spot on the green, and 2 more for unknowingly signing an incorrect scorecard.
Marking the position of the ball, then picking it up. But when she puts it back, it's not in precisely the same place. Look, it's about an inch closer to the hole.
The violation wasn't flagged by officials or players. It was reported by a television viewer watching the broadcast replay. When Lexi was told mid-round, her stunned expression said everything: heartbreak, disbelief, and frustration.
Fighting until the 18th hole is winning her lots of fans.
She went on to lose in a playoff, turning what should have been a career highlight into one of golf's most controversial rulings. The moment lit up debate about whether viewers should influence outcomes from their couches. At number 6, we have the withdrawal admission.
Left without a leg to stand on at the LPGA's Canadian Pacific Women's Open when she was caught red.
On the 10th hole, Chella Choi marked her ball on the green and replaced it, but not quite in the exact spot. To most, it looked like a harmless routine, but a sharp-eyed TV viewer spotted a subtle shift and reported it.
Moving her ball over an inch on the green. Video showed that when Choi was getting ready to tap in a putt on the 10th green, her ball was resting on the side of the mark. After picking up her ball, she then replaced it on the left side of the marker, moving it over an inch.
Officials reviewed the footage and confirmed the violation. A penalty was warranted, but instead of accepting the ruling and continuing her round, Choi made a surprising move. She withdrew from the tournament altogether. Critics called it an implicit admission of guilt. Fans viewed it as poor sportsmanship. What might have been a minor controversy suddenly became a career stain that wouldn't fade easily. At number 5, we have the buried bunker mistake.
The second shot up there was in one of those bunkers that was outside the rope area. Now, this is something that got a little...
Whistling Straits, final hole. Johnson was leading, standing on the verge of his first major title. His tee shot landed in what looked like a sandy, well-worn area, surrounded by spectators.
With that substance beneath his ball and holding a one-shot lead at the 72nd hole, Dustin Johnson...
Believing it was a waste area, he grounded his club, but the area was technically a bunker, one of nearly 1,000 scattered across the course, many unmarked and walked through by fans. Officials ruled it a violation. 2 penalty strokes were added.
Now the ruling has just come in. 2-shot penalty. Wow.
The penalty knocked him out of a playoff. The major slipped away, a cruel twist of the rule book, and a brutal reminder that in golf, ignorance isn't an excuse. At number 4, we have the honest Reed. The officials, not the cameras, not even his opponent, but Davis felt it, and without hesitation, he called the infraction on himself. The entire golf world. At number 3, we have the delayed penalty dilemma.
Club in a fairway bunker on the second playoff hole. The par 4 17th at Cordoval.
In a pressure-packed playoff, Anna Nordqvist unknowingly grounded her club in a fairway bunker. The infraction was subtle, barely noticeable to the naked eye, but it was real, and the clock was ticking.
Lang knew about it. They kept it a secret, as it would give her an advantage. This late ruling...
Her opponent, Brittany Lang, had already been informed. Officials had the information but didn't act immediately. Nordqvist played her next shot, unaware her fate had already been sealed.
To the match, with Lang ultimately winning her first major title. It's clear that if Nordqvist had been informed earlier, she would have...
Lang went on to win her first major. Nordqvist was left reeling, blindsided by a delayed ruling that changed everything. In golf, timing doesn't just matter, it can be everything. At number 2, we have the club count crisis. Woosnam was tied for the lead, playing brilliant golf and riding a wave of momentum. Everything seemed to be clicking, but then on the tee box, just moments after a confident warm-up, his caddy made a discovery that would derail everything. There were 15 clubs in the bag, one more than the rules allow. The rules were clear, only 14 allowed. 2 penalty strokes were added, immediately wiping out his lead. Just like that, his hopes for a major vanished. 1 club too many, 1 careless oversight, 1 devastating blow to a near-perfect round.
God, I give you a job to do.
He didn't fire the caddy, but the damage was done. The lost strokes haunted the rest of his game, and to this day, that moment lingers as one of golf's most painful and preventable technicalities. And at number 1, we return to the embedded lie. Reed's second shot landed in the rough and clearly bounced, something everyone at home could see on the broadcast. But Reed claimed there the evidence was already moved, and based on Reed's word alone, they sided with him. No penalty was issued. And the whispers haven't stopped since. The video sparked outrage. The win stayed, but the whispers haven't stopped. These weren't just penalties. They were moments that